Okay. After some little technical difficulties there with chords and stuff. Sorry about that. Here, let me adjust this light here. Let's get some light on the subject. Okay. Looks like we're good to go. Let me share this out because not many people actually know about this. I had to switch which stream I was doing this on. So give me 1 second here, just so I can let everybody know. Okay. Content. Yeah, let me go into that one. Good link. Because there are people waiting in the wrong live stream because of errors. Go here. Go here. Yeah. All right. And I'm going to post up on the social media pages. Let's see if I can adjust that. Just there. There we go. Sorry, I'm like all your faces. There. Okay. I'm going to let everyone know that we're live now. I don't know why it does this sometimes. Now I was having trouble finding the right chords, and then it's like it doesn't know. Like, no. Okay. So once again, sorry, bear with me on this one. Almost done. Almost that. Also, think about phone focus. Pull it in. There we go. That's better. That's better focus. Okay. Obviously, let me just post one more. I gotta post on the League of Independent Filmmakers page. Alrighty, and what now? Always seem to have technical difficulties with these sorts of things. There we go. That should take care of it. So that's gone. That's done. That should be good. Okay. Here we go. All right. Yeah, I should be set to go and get this rolling. All right, so I got some comments. Zachary, hello, Tom. Happy to make it. And S Fisher 1993. Woo, here we go. All right, yeah, this is where the fun begins. All righty. Like I said, I have this like really short cord between the camera and the computer, so I've had to go with this weirder angle for things. Just do that, and I don't even have like the ring light like set up quite where I normally would. It's hopefully will work, and also like that means the computer's over here, so I'm going to be often looking this direction when it's supposed to be looking here. So have to bear with me on this one too. Okay, but always feel free to join the chats. I'll keep looking and keep this going. Like I said, not the greatest way to start phase 4 off, but it is what it is. All right, we're 4 minutes into the video, and I'm just now getting started. Intro. Well, hello everyone. Tom Smith here, head of Blue Diamond Productions. Yes, we are finally back to the name Productions with the end of phase 3. I guess phase 3 now will forever be known as the Filmmakers Era. As Patricia said, hi there, how you doing? Yeah, sure. But so we're now in our new phase. I'm excited to see what this phase will bring, as it's kind of a new era for us. I will say phase 3 was interesting to say the least. I remember there was a time where I thought that was going to be the end of Blue Diamond. Like we were going to end with 3 phases. Now here we are in our 4th phase. Each one's just been marked by like technical like changes and stuff like that, and just changes in personnel and just stuff going on. But if you really look at the order of filming and the phases, there's a few differences because for the most part, a lot of them were filmed in order. Some differences. So, Price of Loyalty, Shroud of Revenge, they were the first two. They were filmed in, or Price of Loyalty was filmed in Shroud of Revenge. Lost Scene was filmed, but technically the pilot episode of The Survivor season 1 aired before the Lost Scene did, but the Lost Scene was filmed before it. Then most of it plays the same. First, I think 5 episodes of Survivor, were filmed before the Lost Scene 2 then. And Lost Scene 2 was filmed, and the next 5 episodes of the Survivor season 1 were filmed, and then the Computer Network. So that mostly all plays out the same. But the thing is when you get to now, so 10 years ago, we had the Lost Scene 3 going on. And with the Lost Scene 3, we filmed that. Then we filmed the Survivor season 2. That plays out like normal. However, the big change was then Martial Law then was actually filmed. And then Reflection of the Soul. And then Voyage of the Undead. So while the release orders on those are completely different, especially the Martial Law films, they were filmed in completely different times. Like Martial Law 1 was filmed between the Survivor season 2 and Reflection of the Soul. Martial Law Insurrection was filmed between Reflection of the Soul and I guess cool the classy, the cool, and the casual, and One Good Deed and Pain of Regret. No, I take that back. I'm trying to figure out that's right. No, that's not right. I'm missing. Oh, between The Real Business. Sorry, between Reflection of the Soul and The Real Business. That was 2013. Yeah, summer of 2013 was Martial Law Insurrection. And it wouldn't come out until March of 2018. And then Martial Law Reconciliation was filmed after the Survivor War's End and before the Cool, the Classic, Casual. Actually, those would be filmed kind of around the same time as Martial Law. Those first, my cinematography projects, and The Pain of Regret, were then. And then you go into 2015 and stuff. So those were kind of out of order. So the whole phase is a little, it's more just it's based on release rather than actual filming, because if you weren't filming a lot of films, it'd be very different. But I don't have a whole lot of people in the stream right now. That's kind of unfortunate. I'm not sure what's going on there. I did share with people, just trying to make sure everyone gets on board before I get into like the bigger announcements here. It's kind of rambling a little bit on stuff. We are going. You can see that. Just not sure what's going on here. Let me pull the other stream, because we should have the one, live, and this one unfortunately got messed up. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, this didn't go here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it should be. Yeah, I don't know. We will see if more people show up. But yeah, so here we are now, phase 4. We have one film. So the first 40 films are in the first 3 phases. 40 projects that we worked on. All the way from... So phase 3 basically just goes from Martial Law Insurrection all the way through Trick or Treat, a Lost Scene film. I've been following you since the Price of Loyalty. I've enjoyed all your Bond movies. I watch your own films. I must say they are great. Thank you, Zachary. I'm always honored to have fans that have been fans since the Price of Loyalty, because that was our first project. We started filming that this July will mark 15 years since we first started filming. July 13th, 2007. been a long journey going from Price of Loyalty to now. We picked up a lot of fans when the Shadow Revenge, those first 3 years, which in itself could have almost been its own phase. I sometimes wonder if maybe I should have. I've already done the listing of the phases, so I'm not going to adjust it all of a sudden really massively, but you almost could consider Price of Loyalty and Shadow Revenge your own phase, because then camera stuff changed, a lot changed. So I kind of break up phase one into two parts. There's part one, part two. Part one is those two Bond films, and then part two is Lost Scene onwards. Lost Scene was a very, very important film for us because it really launched us into what would become Blue Diamond, and it's more of its form that we've seen now. I think films that really marked those kind of eras. Price of Loyalty, of course, starts us, and then Lost Scene starts more of what you would be more familiar, and then I think the Pain of Regret really launched us into more of what's the modern age, and I think the Lost Scene 5 has kind of launched us into what we're currently at right now in terms of our films. So, with mentioning the Lost Scene 5, I guess I should talk about what Blue Diamond is up to now. So, Lost Scene 6, that's where we're at. That is the project that's being moved forward completely. I'm hoping you all got the chance to watch the new trailer that came out. I know the first two teasers really haven't shown really any footage that's actually in the movie. They've been just trying to get hype built up for the movie. We haven't started main principal filming. I've filmed some shots for it, but we haven't done principal photography yet. We hope to really soon. I mean, I don't want to keep this forever, but let's see. Both your teasers for 6 have been incredible. I'm glad you didn't spoil everything in trailers like so many do now. I mean, we'll see what happens with the later trailers that actually show footage. Congratulations, you're making me feel old. I mean, yeah, Blue Diamond. I mean, 15 years we're celebrating this year. We've been at this now, 15 years ago, we would have been planning out Price of Loyalty. Right now, we'd be like doing, I think at this point, the final script had been written around May. Yeah, I think May or June is when the final script was fully cemented. And yeah, we were just gearing up back when we had so few props and actors. It was such a different time. But getting back to it, the Lost Scene 6. So here we are, 11 years since the Lost Scene 1, and now we're gearing up for the final chapter. This is it. This is where it all's been building up to this. I mean, kind of. I guess I should clarify. I mean, 5 kind of is the climax of the story, and 6 is more of an epilogue. It's more of a It's more about the character of Niven more than like an overarching like storyline of the whole mastermind. That was dealt with. Like that's over. I mean, Grayson ain't coming back. No, I will state this right now. There is no somehow Grayson returned. None of that. No, he dead. So that part of the story, that climax of the story, it has been done. This is more of the character piece. This is to put the final pieces of the puzzle, because Niven, since the third movie, I've really been dealing with the way his character truly is. The first couple of films, Niven was... I mean, he was just whatever archetype from the 80s I wanted him to be. The first one, he's just like an action hero. I mean, he could have been played by like Schwarzenegger, for all I care, or like Stallone or something. And then they went with the Snake Plissken approach with the second one, so I made him a little more jaded. And then the third one is when he really became kind of his own character. That's when I really started to develop. I mean, that's when the Lost Scene series itself really started to develop its own thing, which kind of makes me wish I could almost go back and do 1 and 2, but I have been putting pieces together. As we saw in 5, we learned a lot about what happened during the first Lost Scene movie compared to what we knew originally. We know now that it was they were going up against Joseph Drahovsky Jr. from the Philip Creek films. We know now we know that Timothy and Eric. We know a little more about them. So it's we've learned a lot more about the first one. We're going to learn a little bit about the second one in this film, and then we'll learn a little bit more about the second film. There'll be some more details about the first and second films in the King's Gambit film with Micah, Sean Deakins. That'll wrap up his story. So we're really getting kind of to a wrap up period with these characters. I mean, obviously there's more to do with the Legends Cinematic Universe, but in terms of these individual franchises and their stories, we're really coming to the final chapters, kind of leading up. Everything has been building up to these points. I mean, we're finally going to conclude Niven's journey as a character. We've done the mastermind, and now it's time to wrap up Niven himself. Let's see, we got some comments here. S. Fisher 1993. My favorite bit in that last teaser was how the camera lingered on the collection of vigilante stuff. Yes, that was deliberate. Obviously, the DVDs and the book was Without Remorse by Tom Clancy, and then there was like the Equalizer films, Peppermint, and then there was even Hard Boiled, just because I'm a big John Woo fan, so I threw that in there. Those were deliberate. That's a wink at what this film's going to be in terms of its style. It's going to be very much a vigilante story. That's what we're going for. And yeah, I put that in there. Of course, I put in the bowling shoes, since we've learned that Niven likes to go bowling. We've learned that since Lost Scene 3. So that's constantly getting a little reference in there. And then we got thanks for the laugh with Grayson. Yeah, I know. We're not doing the Palpatine thing with Colonel Grayson. And we got DEP Films. Hello there, Tom. How are you doing? Talking about the Niven's development. Yes, we are talking about Niven's development. Just briefly here. Just kind of preparing for Lost Scene 6. As we can see by this, he's a very different guy. I mean, we kind of saw... I wanted to... I think that was one of the advantages of doing Trick or Treat. We could kind of see the bridge between Lost Scene 5 and Lost Scene 6, and kind of see how he's going from one point to the next. He's really just trying to stay out of everything. Just like quiet, work, do things to enjoy himself, like reading and watching movies and stuff, and just really just living a very quiet life, because he's done and he doesn't want to hurt anybody, or have anyone get hurt because of him. After what happened with Emily, and we will even learn that there was more stuff even further back. And of course, he feels like he's let down people, because Lund died in the Thomas Lund film from Knights of Mortis, and there was nothing Niven could have done to stop that. But Niven, of course, blames himself a little bit for it. DP Films, let us know if you need extra help. Yeah, of course I will. Last 2 films, unfortunately, due to circumstances, I was stuck doing those films pretty much by myself. Obviously I had help. Dick Riley, that of course did a great job with the voice of Scott Slider again. We kind of wrapped up that character. Originally, that character was actually going to be wrapped up in the King's Gambit, but I decided to use him for Trick or Treat, because Trick or Treat took a completely different turn. Trick or Treat was originally just supposed to be Niven. He runs across some guys who are beating up a businessman who owed him money, and he just kind of runs into him while he's dressed in his Captain America suit, and fights them, and he ends up having to kill them, which he hates doing, but and then he just walks off and drops the shield and all that, and goes and just... It was a very different story. It did not involve the Knights of Mortis at all, but in the end it worked out better, because then it led off to being kind of a companion piece to Around the Table, the Clank and Stone film with the Knights of Mortis. So it made it a good little companion piece to show how the different legends characters are dealing with the Knights of Mortis and everything. Of course, because now we've gotten to see, of course, Lund died, and then of course Stone and Clank are dealing with it in their way, and Niven's dealing with it in his way. Krieg is kind of on his own because he's doing the whole thing with the Iscariot stuff, so he doesn't even. I guess at this point that they don't even know about the Knights of Mortis, so he's kind of in the dark, which is why I left him as they don't know where he is, location unknown. They're not even bothering going after him right now because he's kind of on his own track right now. Maybe after Down to the Wire, Krieg might come more back into the LCU's storyline, but he's kind of always been on his own. He shows up and he leaves. That's kind of my just the way I kind of see him. I mean, we did get a little bit of a crossover because Stone did talk with him, but of course that conversation, everything happened before Lund died because Point of Contention is set right before Knights of Mortis. So even at that point, there was no way of talking to him about, hey, maybe Project Iscariot is connected with Knights, which it isn't. I know that they're not going to do that kind of a crossover with it, but it does leave for Krieg to do his own thing. It doesn't have to involve the Knights because he's already hiding out on his own. So for him not to be involved makes sense. They're not worried about him right now. If he's AWOL, MIA, they're not that concerned about him. They're more concerned about the ones that they can deal with, like Stone and Clank. And Niven's kind of on his own too, but they finally were able to track him down, so they tried to stop him. Let me see what else. Hey, thank you for kind of comment about my voice acting. Says that's for sure. Next 93. Yeah, no, you're great, Scott Slider. Awesome. I should show some clips of what my voice, of the clips of the audio where I was just talking. I was just making up lines. They don't even know quite the same lines. There's similar lines to what you said, but they weren't quite the same. I should show you everyone what my Scott Slider voice sounded like, since it was me playing Scott Slider. I'd love to try to help you guys, but I live too far. Yeah, I know. A lot of people, everyone just lives so far away from me. Although it was cool if you guys watched, of course, Shades of Mistrust, me and Martin Groff. That was pretty fun to actually film and be there face to face. My first time doing a YouTube crossover, and he can't really give the details, but Martin, as I will go ahead and say, yes, as 17 does appear in Law 6. Martin Groff does appear at 17, so that's gonna be fun. A nice little crossover within the LCU. That's actually like on screen, not just on the phone. It has been impressive to see pull off the Soul filmmaker work, but we're sincerely hoping things go smoother now for LC6, so you can distribute the production more among more hands. Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, we are planning things. My schedule with work and stuff is now much more consistent, so filming should be a lot easier this summer. And that is like full on. The only other thing I'm going to be working on besides 6 at this time is the Legends, the actual Legends project. I need to finish up script and then we can do the recording and stuff like that. But outside of that, this is we're doing everything. And yeah, I liked how Trick or Treat turned out, even though it was a solo project. I like doing what I do, like with the end credits and stuff, where I did the graphic design of all the screenshots of the movie. It kind of had that Mandalorian Book of Boba Fett feel to it, which was fun. Having to share the screen with Mara was undescribable. Two Legends meeting. I know, since we've known about it since at least 2009. Way to Fall was a good choice for the end music. That was your suggestion, which is great, because originally the end credits of Trick or Treat, it was going to use Vera Lynn singing I Will Wait For You. That was going to be the original end credit song for Trick or Treat. And then Jake suggested using Way to Fall. And I decided, you know what, that song actually fits better with what going on. It was a bit of a back and forth between the two songs. I was like the one, but in the end, with the way I was going to design the credits and stuff, I decided Way to Fall definitely fit better for it, and it gave me a chance to have an excuse to use my Captain America suit, which was fun to dress around in. Did not get really anyone reacting to me wearing it. I figured somebody was going to bother me. And of course, in this February, I filmed Polovich, Survival of the Fittest, which was just a fun little film. Once again, taking advantage of snow. I decided, I know he's going to be introduced in Rogue's Gallery, and he's going to show up in Rogue's Gallery and Brinkmanship and Red Albion, the Nick Steele films, but I really did want to introduce and really show that Nikolai Polovich is a very different person from Mira Polovich. And he's very different from Mira Polovich's mind's idea of what Nikolai Polovich is. This is not the same man that we saw in that little dream mind game scene from General's Requiem. This is a very different man. He's a very honorable man. He even questions things, but Mirov never got to meet that man, really, I guess. Not quite sure about how his upbringing was, but of course he never read that journal since it was left behind in the snow. If it moved perfectly, yeah, the song definitely worked. Your Indiana Jones movie looks pretty good. I meant the trailer. Yeah, no, I will be getting to the Indiana Jones project in a minute here. But yeah, Polovich was pretty fun. I like doing the whole THX 1138 homage at the end for the end credits. I thought that was fun. But filming in the snow and stuff. When that last shot right before when I'm running across the plains, that was one of the last shots I filmed. My feet were so cold by that point because snow had accidentally fallen into my boots and melted, and I had a lot of water in them, and it was cold. My feet were so cold when I was doing that run. I'm just like, that's why I had this look on my face, because I was just so cold. I love the standoff. We're all very excited about the new Phase 4. Yeah, I'm excited. I love the standoff with the Book of the Fett vibe. Yeah, I liked getting to film another Western duel. I've always enjoyed duels like that. I like doing also the Obi-Wan versus Maul style duel with Niven and Slider. That was very much what I wanted to base it on. Was from Rebels, where Obi-Wan and Maul go up against Jara, and also has which of course itself is based on the duel scene in Seven Samurai. I want to do this whole, it's one move. They literally approach Durham, one succeeds and one fails. So that's why I went Western Duels rock. Yeah, they really do. I enjoyed doing them in martial law. So, getting a chance to do another one was cool. I got a chance to use the prop, the Webley prop revolver, which was great. I enjoyed getting to use that. And of course, I got to use a picture of myself. The whole picture of me as a 1-year-old, as a young Mirov, which is fun. I like getting to use chances to use old pictures. Pictures of myself, like the one that's Edward Niven when he was a kid. But I think it was interesting just getting a chance to kind of explore. I just wanted to do kind of more of a character piece with Polovich, and I think it worked pretty well. It's not too much action. It's very much just how the character feels. Getting a chance to play with different camera angles and stuff, and seeing what I can do on my own. So last two projects have been pretty good. I need to post up some more stuff on the website. We'll be posting up more stuff about the voting polls, where the rankings are, and that sort of stuff. I finally started doing stuff on my Star Lord Jedi channel, which you can check out. There's a link to it on my featured channels. I did one about the James Bond films and how there's maybe 3 timelines if you want to look at it that way. And I'm planning on doing a few movie reviews and stuff on that one. I need to start working on that channel. But now I guess I'll discuss more future projects. So I already discussed Lost Scene 6. Really pushing that. really pushing the Leslie 6, pushing it forward is the number one priority right now. We got to get that one done. Above all else. And then the Legends, working on the script for that. Now for the tricky one. The Survivor, Tomorrow's War. Don't know. Honestly, I am leaning more towards just canceling it. Just not doing it. And just treating the Survivor Tomorrow's War as more of an experiment of what the Survivor would have looked like had I made it now. It's just a question of just resources and time commitment. I only ended up making 2 episodes. My original plan was to make 5, then it reduced down to 3, and then in the end I didn't even do that. I mean, it's cool, but it's kind of one of those, do I really need to tell this story? Is this a story that needs to be told? Is this a sequel that needs to be made? And I really have come to the conclusion that I'm not sure if it. Hold up. I think we lost the camera. Was not expecting that. Just stand by. Oh. There we go. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Camera just lost battery. There we go. There we go. Focus now. There we go. Sorry about that. But as I was saying, it's a question of, does it need to be made? Is this a story that needs to be told? And in the end, my conclusion really is, I don't know if it does. So if I do go back to it, I don't know. It's I like it. I like the idea of doing it, but in the end, I think I just gotta figure out where I want to put my resources to, because I got plenty of stories and stuff I gotta tell, and doing projects takes longer and longer now, and it's a lot harder to get people together. So I don't think the Survivor is one that I want to continue. So if I don't, I'm not going to definitely say I'm not going to work on it, but right now it's on definite hold. And if I don't keep making it, I definitely will. It will end up being considered non-canon and just kind of a what if scenario. Because in the end, that is kind of what it is. It is a, what would the Survivor series look like now if I made it? If I made it 10 years after I made it, then what would I have done to make it? You know, how would it have looked? And I think it looks really nice. Like, I'm not gonna deny. I think it looks great, and I like the whole styling of doing some of it outside the camera and some of it in the camera. I think that's a cool idea, but in the end, yeah, it's just resources. Plus, I got an idea for another web series that I've considered doing, which is completely different. I won't say much about it, except if I do make the pilot, it'll come around Halloween time. It's definitely leaning more into the horror genre. Let's just say, you know, a lot about, like, if you know anything about, like, video game creepypastas or just internet creepypastas. Just weird stuff that happens that's told on the internet, or weird channels. Like, I'll give an example. If you've ever heard of Local 58 channel that does those kind of odd videos, or Gemini Home Entertainment. The Backrooms is a recent new series that's been going on. If you know anything about those kinds of series, what if they were actually true? They all existed within this universe, or at least within a multiverse inside a storyline, and there was an agency that dealt with these kinds of situations. You know, what if Ben drowned? The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask thing. What if it was a real, like, supernatural type thing that actually happened, and there was an agency, kind of like the X-Files. There were agents that were dealing with this sort of thing. That's a web series idea I've had. So whether that happens, I won't say anything more than that. I've already probably told more than I thought I would actually say in this live stream. But that is a series we have considered doing. I've got a couple of comments here. Have you watched No Time to Die? What was your thoughts about the movie? And then I'd watch the heck out of this. Yeah, it'd be a fun little web series. No, actually, I haven't watched No Time to Die. I know, I'm horrible. I have the movie. I've just been so busy with so many things. I want to sit down and truly watch it. I don't want to have it on and be distracted by a million things. So no, I haven't gotten to it yet. I've already been spoiled in the movie. I know what happens at the end, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. So I will let you know once I get there. My thoughts on it, because I'll probably post my thoughts on it on my Star Wars Jedi channel, honestly, as a review. But to keep this stream going, so that's a series I've considered, and then of course Indiana Jones and Rogue's Gallery. Rogue's Gallery and Indiana Jones will probably be filmed around the same time, since they're going to use a lot of similar props and stuff, since they're set in a similar time frame. The Indiana Jones one being in 1936, and then the Rogue's Gallery being in 46. No, 37, sorry. Indiana Jones in 37, and then Rogue's Gallery is in 46. So it's like they're literally very similar time frames. So we'll probably be filming those around the same time. Hopefully towards the end of the year. Hopefully we'll have some time. We shall see with everything going on. Curious to see your take on Indy. Yeah, I'm curious too. I mean, it's set between Raiders and Crusade. It'll be kind of fun. Yeah, I mean, it'll be a fun little film. I kind of already know the outline of the story and how it plays. I just got to write description, cast, and locations and all that. But Lost Scene 6 first. But yeah, outside of that, after that, the final cut, maybe. That might be early next year. I don't know. We'll see where that goes. I'm really just trying to concentrate on a few projects at a time. I've got plenty of ideas. I've got the ideas of the Glenn Harvey films and a bunch more stuff at the LCU. I just want to concentrate on getting Scene 6 done, The Legends done, Indiana Jones, and Rogue's Gallery, and maybe to start this web series up. But outside of that, I'm trying to not do any more planning outside of that, unless some short little project pops up, kind of like Trick or Treat or Polovich Survival of the Fittest. But other than that, that's it. That is all of it. That's the updates. That's where we're planning. That's where we're heading. About to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Lost Scene 3 Covert Operations. Can't believe I'm saying that. It's been 10 years since we filmed that. Oh my gosh. I'm feeling old. It's like, now here we are about to finish it. Movies, sorry if I missed one word. It makes sense to time. Watch and decide, see your future projects. Keep it. Great work. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys have any more questions, you can, this is your time to throw out questions right now, because I'm pretty much giving you all the updates. You kind of know what projects we're working on, the status of the Survivor, Tomorrow's War, yeah, which is basically just, it's on hold. It's on indefinite hold. Possibly will be canceled. I don't know yet. It's just more of it's just a time thing. I'd love to do it. But it also wasn't getting a whole lot of reception to it. I think it does feel like do we need this sequel? While it's cool looking, but is it necessary? And I think I'm just kind of reaching the point of I don't think it's necessary. I think it was more of just a proof of concept deal, which is where I'm probably gonna leave it. But yeah, no, this is your chance to throw out any final questions. We're just gonna wrap up this stream here. Of course, you can see the cap shield, which now has some scratches in it from the machete. Oh, story, little story. So the blood on Scott Snyder's hand, that was real. I cut myself trying to put the machete back in the sheath at one point because I was dealing with those gloves and stuff, and I cut my hand and I was bleeding a little bit, and then I decided, well, quickly film this shot, and I filmed the shot, and then I cleaned up my bandage with my hand, all that. But there was this moment, it's like, this is real. It's like production value, do it. I'm looking forward to watching your indie story and acting from the trailer. It looks epic. It will be a lot of fun. I'm very much looking forward to making that film. That will be a fun one to do. I haven't done a proper fan film in a while, so getting to do that. I have ideas for other fan films too. I have an idea for a Star Trek original series fan film, short little film, since Star Trek's fan film guidelines are very restrictive. But I do have ideas for that even. Considered Star Wars, but Star Wars is kind of just, it's, everyone does it. And I mean, I don't know what I could bring to the table with that. So I've kind of left Star Wars alone, even though I love Star Wars. How long will the Wilson 6 be? You may have said it right, but I'm blanking. I'm not sure, to be honest. The shortest I could see it being is 30 minutes. I don't see it, though, being quite that short. I feel like it's going to be somewhere between 30 minutes to an hour. It might be longer than Lost Scene 5. It'll definitely probably be somewhere between The Lost Scene 3 and The Lost Scene 5. Maybe a little bit longer. It might be the longest Lost Scene film. It depends. It just depends on how the action scenes and stuff go. It's not a too long story. Okay. The Survivor feels complete. It's not like Firefly getting cut off before it got really good. I missed that comment. Sorry. Yeah. That's the other thing. The Survivor did really wrap up. There was an idea, like I said, there was another studio that wanted to do a spin-off series, and I had greenlit the pilot and everything, that they ended up not doing it. Then I decided to try my hand at it, and even then, I'm like, I mean, it's not bad. It was fun. It was a fun. It was fun to drop a little surprise film on everyone. Like, I dropped a few hints and didn't say what it was. I literally left the thing as just like the file number, and didn't tell anyone what the heck they were about to watch, which I thought was fun. Kind of the way I just kind of dropped the Survivor series on everyone. So I decided to do that. Only take it a little bit of a step further. That was fun. That part was fun. But in the end, I think it's just an experiment. I think I'm just gonna have to leave it as that. But yes, to answer your question, yeah, The Lost Scene 6 could be the longest. It's definitely going to be longer than some of the shorter films. Definitely be over 30 minutes. That's all I can say. Probably somewhere between 30 minutes and an hour. So I could see it being kind of like The Lost Scene 5. Lost Scene 5 was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, honestly. When I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, Lost Scene 5 is probably going to be about maybe 45 minutes at the longest. And it ended up going like 55. It went a lot longer. It got a lot more complicated than I thought it was going to be. And it also had a lot of changes, too. I mean, the whole Polovich was a completely different thing when I first started. So that was fun. Create a whole character and a whole bit of LCU lore with that. Those comments random, but you go a good beer, Tom. I wish I could. Yeah, I didn't know how it would come out. I just started letting it grow because I was like, you know what if I just because I kind of dabbled a little bit with that with Lost Scene 5. At the very beginning, I let it grow a little bit, just a little bit, some good stubble going, and then for this one, I decided let's just see what happens if I just keep letting it grow and let my hair grow out, because I decided I really wanted Niven to have a distinctive look in this film. Just something completely different from his other films. So why not do the whole, just he's on his own. It's showing. Yeah, I wanted to do some really cool shots and stuff with Well, scene 6, I want there to be some really cool camera shots and everything. That's why I'm experimenting with some of this stuff. Using it as a chance to kind of just experiment with different camera angles and styles and everything. I want to use more of my 50 mm lens and stuff and get some of those really cool shallow focus shots, which I just love. So, getting some more stuff like that. I really like doing like the reflection in the glass in the car window shot. That took a lot to get it right, but that was fun. Yeah. So, yeah, I think we're pretty much gonna wrap this up now, since it looks like we don't have any more comments to be dropped, and you've gotten all the updates. You get everything you need to know. So, like I said, one last chance. Submit any comments or questions, and I can answer them. Once again, sorry for the nature of this live stream. I gotta get some new cords and stuff so I can record this a little better than I am right now, because I've got the lighting right here and I got the camera there, and it's not exactly perfect. But I didn't want to cancel this live stream. I was hoping more people would actually be able to show up for it, but technical limitations are what they are. So hopefully people will be able to watch this back, and then so they'll at least get the updates, so they'll know what's happening. Of course, if you are watching this later, you can drop comments in the comment section. I will respond to you. I will get back to you on any questions or anything you have. So bear in mind for that. But yeah, so scene 6. That's the thing. That's the one. Gonna keep you constantly updated on that. You'll get to see. Hopefully, we're gonna be able to do a production meeting on it. I'll take some pictures of that. Production meeting, do some filming, just try to knock it out as fast as we can. Just get it done, and just finally. It's gonna be an emotional day when I film the last bit. I filmed the end. It's just like realizing this is the end of the journey that we started in 2011 on a snowy day in February, and just being like, I had no idea it was going to go this long. So it's going to be something. I'll definitely show some video of that when we get to the point where I say cut. That's it. That's the wrap. It's the wrap on the whole saga. I mean, it grew way beyond what I thought it was going to be. I mean, originally I thought it was going to be one film, and then I was like a trilogy, and then it became a saga of 5 films, which eventually got added to the 4th film because the Less Than 4 choices got added in. Because originally it was going to be 4 Retribution, 5 Redemption. So then there was an extra film, and then Chess got adopted into it, and then we made the General's Requiem, and then Trick or Treat. It just keeps going. It expanded way beyond what I ever thought it would be. And then, of course, the creation of the LCU and all that. It's been quite a journey that I had no idea what we were starting when we filmed. We were just like, hey, it's snowy. Let's do something. Thank you for your work, Tom. Part of the journey is the end, Tony Stark. Yeah? You surely bring great escapism. I'm glad. That's my goal. My goal is to entertain. My goal is for escapism. My goal is for you to just sit down, enjoy a film, and just enjoy some people making a movie. That is my main goal. And I'm glad it works. I mean, 40 projects later, 41 now, I guess. Yeah, Polovich. So this is the 41st. Well, scene 6 will be the 42nd. 42. The answer to life, the universe, and everything. But yeah, 42, definitely. I've always had a blast watching your stuff. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. But yeah, here we are, 15 years later. The channel will turn 15 next May. That'll be crazy. Having a YouTube channel that's 15 years old. I mean, I was 17 when we started this. Now I'm 32. It's like, if I end up being able to finally make the James Bond movie, okay, I should probably address this because everyone always asks. Somebody always asks. Does this forever? don't know. We got to really get ourselves back on our feet. And I'm really hoping that these sorts of films like The Lost Scene 6, Indiana Jones and stuff will help Blue Diamond get back on its feet. Because once Blue Diamond's back on its feet and we've got a decent cast of people, then I can make the Bond film, because I won't make the Bond film unless I can make it truly the way it needs to be and has the right kind of cast. It's got to at least have a cast the size of the Reflection of the Soul, or it just won't work. I would rather it had a cast the size of Shadow Revenge, because I had a big cast. Because I want it to be the culmination of everything we've done in the last 15 years, or 16 or 17, however many years it'll be since we started, when we finally make it. So yeah, so I figured throw in that little update. That's forever. It's on hold. It's on the back burner. I haven't forgotten about it. We are going to work on it at some point. I mean, I'm going to be about the age of Connery was when he first started making Bond by the time we make it. So I guess it will no longer be one of those, oh, it's just a kid making a Bond film. It'll actually be an adult playing Bond. I mean, we've finally gotten to that point where we're all grown up. We all grew up. I was thinking about that, like all of us YouTubers that were big back around that time. We've all grown up, gotten married. Some of us are dads now. I mean, I was just thinking about that watching the when I made the Bond fan film documentary, James Bond fan films are forever. See about that. We were all like, I was like interviewing some of the people. I was like, wow, we've all like grown up. We were kids when we were making this. We were teenagers, and now here we are, all as adults with jobs and marriages, kids in some cases. And it's just like, you just realize how much time has just kind of rolled on. And now we've got these wonderful time capsules of us when we were younger. And we've built up great friendships and memories from it all, and created up a great network. I'm happy for it. So here's to, well, I mean, a couple months, but still, here this year is celebrating it. Here's to 15 years of Blue Diamond Productions. So take care, everyone. Thank you for watching this live stream. If you're watching it live or watching it later, I hope all the updates have kept you informed with what we're doing. And yeah, if you have any questions, always feel free to put them in the comments. You can always look at the Blue Diamond page on Facebook, message me. There are plenty of ways to get a hold of me. So just make sure to leave it. Happy 15th early. Yeah. Thank you. 15 years. Yeah. All right. Well, take care, everyone. And we will see you later when we start filming The Lost Scene 6 Redemption. So long, everyone.